So here's what we're going to be covering today. I'm going to tell you guys about the pivot point. I'm going to teach you what a VCP is, which stands for volatility contraction pattern. Okay. And I'm going to teach you about relative strength. Now, which is not necessarily the same as RSI. I know a lot of you guys sat through my RSI class. Well, I will explain the difference. Okay. And 4, I will talk about META, and I'm not talking about Meta, the stock. I'm talking about multiple edge trading area. All right. Now, when all 4 of these things line up at the same time, that is when real professionals put real money to work, y'all. All right. Before I get into the education, I'm going to show you what I'm working with right now. Again, this is not necessarily a hypothetical. I like to look at real charts, real stocks, real action, so y'all can go and look it up as well. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna talk about what comes next from what we're dealing with now. The S&P 500 just posted its best week since April of last year, 2025. Now, I don't know if y'all paying attention or not, but that's a statement. I'm gonna say it again. The S&P 500 just posted its best week since April 2025. Now that's pretty much the market saying, all right, we bounced. But now the question I want everybody in my chat to pay attention to right now is, we bounced, but now what? Does this go higher? Does it roll over? Does it chop? I want you to hold that question, because the answer is going to come from what we learned today, ladies and gentlemen. Real talk. Do y'all think we can go higher from here? Are y'all bullish or bearish? What do y'all think? Where's the market going from here? Let me know. Let me know in the chat if you are bullish or bearish, because I want to see both sides in the chat. I want to see both sides, because that's exactly what we are going to deal with. The market does not care about our opinion. Okay. It does not care about mine. It don't care about yours. What it cares about, though, is behavior. It cares about price behavior, volume behavior, and institutional behavior. That is what we are going to decode today. You will not be confused by the end of this live stream. Now, let me call out a few names. We'll talk about Tesla. Let me see. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. Yeah, Tesla, Dell. Tesla pulling back after a massive run. Dell sitting near its all-time highs, while the broader market is pretty much grinding. We got AAOI, Applied Optoelectronics. All right, we made a lot of money on AAOI, ladies and gentlemen. If you were able to get in on that, congratulations. All right, so yeah, we're gonna pretty much use some of these as our main case study today. They just pretty much had a significant breakout that checked every single box I want to teach y'all about tonight. Also, Palantir. All right, Palantir got a shout out from President Trump, and the stock moved almost instantly. I don't know if y'all had a chance to see that. Now, I'm not going to tell y'all how to feel about that. We're not going to get political, but I will tell y'all is that moves like this, like pretty much a reaction to the news or to a signal, these are psychological moves, all right? And psychology is about 70% of the game. Don't think that Orange Dude don't be giving out signals. Those definitely be signals. We got Oracle in the chat. Big Man says Oracle in the chat. So again, like I said, psychology is 70% of trading. Y'all need to know that. Any questions before I continue? Broadcom, yes, they are. Broadcom doing great. Do y'all know who Jerome Powell is? Y'all ever heard of this dude? I'm gonna take a step back because I know a lot of people. Some people are beginners in the stock market and they don't have a clue who the hell Jerome Powell is. All right, let me fix the picture though. We ain't gotta have Uncle Jerome that big on the screen. There we go. Sorry about me doing this live editing in y'all face like this. So pardon me. I just forgot to add old Uncle Jerome on here. I said Jerome's in the house. I said Jerome's in the house. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah. All right, so I'm gonna take a step back. Let me slow this shit down real quick. I know. Now, what is CPI? Are y'all confused about CPI? Anybody know why we pay attention to the CPI data? Jay Powell don't care about our puts or calls. He has us by the womp womp womp, says Big Man's coming. Now, yeah. What is CPI? Who is Jerome Powell? Why do traders freak out every time this man open his mouth? I'm gonna break this down so that all of y'all can get it. All right, Jerome Powell is the chair of the Federal Reserve. I want you to think of the Federal Reserve as a control room for the whole economy. Right? Now, the most powerful button in that control room is the interest rate button. When Powell pushes the rates up, borrowing money gets more expensive. That's going to slow down the economy. When he pushes the rates down, the money gets cheaper. We get to borrow and spend, and the market usually takes off. Do y'all understand that? It was a super simple explanation. Rates are like the gas pedal and the brake. Powell decides when to press which one. Do y'all understand? Now, CPI stands for Consumer Price Index. It measures how fast prices are going up, like your groceries, your gas, your rent. That is inflation, ladies and gentlemen. And this week, the numbers came in better than expected. The CPI year over year came in at 3.3 versus the estimate of 3.4. Core CPI, which basically strips out food and energy because those are volatile, right? That came in at 2.6 versus the estimate of 2.7. Now, what does this mean to make it very simple? Obviously, inflation is cooling off. Okay, the price is still going up. We ain't gonna act like we don't see that, but they gonna go up slower than expected. And this matters to us as traders, ladies and gentlemen, because if inflation keeps going down, Jerome Powell gonna have room to cut the interest rates. And when the rates get cut, the market is going to run. This is not a guarantee, but it is context. And I want you to know context is damn near everything. Did any of y'all know did you know that CPI affects your investment? Yes or no? Did you know that the CPI, this information that's on the screen, this affects your investments? This is real money stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Drop a W in the chat if this is new information to you. This is why financial literacy matters, y'all. The number that comes out of Washington sometimes, like the CPI, the Fed announcements, the job reports. See, people that trade Forex, they know how important this information is. But it's not just news. Okay, I'm good. I see somebody in the chat. Good. But yeah, this happening, the CPI and all the numbers, they are the weather report for your portfolio. You need to understand them the same way that a farmer has to understand the forecast before they go trying to plant some shit. You feel me? It makes sense, right? All right. I hope it do. I hope it do. We don't like using hope, but yeah, let me get Jerome Powell dusty ass off my live real quick. All right, cool. I'm done talking about Jerome. All right. So now I'm gonna ask y'all something. It's kind of direct. Bear with me. What is the difference between a retail investor and a professional trader? I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about degrees. Like, what is the actual difference? What is the difference between a retail investor versus a professional trader? I don't care. And there is no wrong answer, y'all. Come on. Let me know. And don't bring up money. It's not, I'm not talking about money. Like, what is the real difference? If you know, let me know. If you don't, then say IDK. I don't know. Okay, since ain't nobody saying nothing, I got y'all, right? It's not money, it's not connections. All of those things can help, but I'm gonna tell you the true answer is simple. The difference is a repeatable system. A repeatable system. The retail investor buys on a feeling. The professional trader executes on a setup. Okay? One of them is guessing, one of them is operating. Which one are you? I want to be very clear. Like, I'm not saying retail investors are dumb. That's not what I'm saying. Most retail investors have not been taught the right framework. So nobody taught them what I'm about to teach you. They just learn how to buy low and sell high. And that sounds simple until the market show you that, knowing when is everything. Okay. Knowing when is everything. So the system, okay, this system that I use is built around 4 core concepts that come from the work of a person named Mark Minervini. I might be saying Mark name wrong, but this is one of the greatest stock traders who ever lived, ladies and gentlemen. He won the U.S. Investing Championship. Dude turned under 100,000 into over $30 million in under 6 years. Okay. And his edge came from these exact principles that I'm going to break them down. I'm going to make them simple. All you got to do is hit the follow button, right? Hit the follow button. It's worth the information, all right? And if you following me or subscribe to me on YouTube, then this is for you anyways, right? I'm doing you who I do it for. All right, so check this out. We're going to talk about the first concept, which is called the pivot point. The exact moment a stock is ready to launch. This is the pivot point, okay? Now, this is like a little graph I created to try to give y'all a visual representation because I know a lot of y'all picture book reading ass people. Y'all don't want to hear, but y'all don't want to see a bunch of words and shit. I got you. So this is like a price chart. I want you to forget everything you think you know about a chart for like 1 minute. All right, just pay attention. All right, pay attention. You see how the price was moving sideways for a while. Going up a little, coming down a little, going up a little, coming down a little. This is what I call consolidation. It's what everybody call consolidation. It's when it's going sideways. The stock is not trending. It's not going in an uptrend. It's not going in a downtrend. An uptrend means it's obviously going up. A downtrend means it's obviously going down, okay? But it's resting. Now look at what happened at the end of this tight zone after it was doing that, right? The price breaks and the volume, right? And the volume. Those bars at the bottom right here, they spike the moment right there when the price do that. See, it had never grew like this until right here, but the volume will do it too. Look at where the price breaks. I'm telling you, like that moment right there, that's the specific price where the stock breaks out on volume. That is the pivot point, y'all. Think about it like a baseball player holding the ball. They crouch down, everything's sitting still. The pivot point is the exact second that they explode out of that stance right towards the basket. Not a baseball player. I meant to say basketball player. I'm thinking about the Braves. But yeah. Like somebody who about to jump. They coming down, they scrunching down, then they explode like a spring. So a lot of beginner traders, they buy too early. They see a stock moving up and they chase it. Or they buy too late and they wait till everybody talking about it and the move is already done. I'm telling y'all that the pivot point is going to give you precision. So you're not guessing where to enter. You're going to have a specific price. You got a specific signal. The volume is going to confirm it, and that's going to be the trigger. All right, now the discipline part is where a lot of people fail at too, because if the stock break out at the pivot point, but there ain't no volume, you need to wait. Okay, no volume on a breakout means the big money is not really behind that move. This is why volume is important. If you have not paid attention to volume, you should. Okay. If the big money is not behind it, it will likely fail. We only enter on confirmed breakouts. Do y'all understand and overstand what I'm saying? That is the rule. That's it. I ain't gonna spend too much time on it. Have y'all ever bought a breakout and watched it immediately go backwards on you? Yes or no? That's all I'm asking. Just drop a yes or a no in the chat. Have you ever bought a breakout and it went the opposite way? Yes, I can. Tibber asked me to say it again. The fake out part, I'm just saying a lot of people buy too early, Tibber. Tibor, or however I say your name. A lot of people buy too early, and then, they either sitting in it, they chased it or they buy too late. Either way it go, if you use a pivot point, it's going to give you precision. Like, we want to use volume. We need to see that volume is behind it. All right. So again, this happened to a lot of traders, including me. 9 times out of 10, if you go back and look at the chart and the volume was not there, the setup was not complete, you was buying enthusiasm. And you wasn't buying confirmation. Like, this is a lesson that pretty much does not have to cost you money after today, y'all. Okay? T-board. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, so concept number 2, VCP. VCP stands for volatility contraction pattern. Don't let the big words scare y'all away. Volatility contraction pattern. This right here is one of the most powerful concepts when you are momentum trading, okay? Well, once you see it, you really can't unsee it. And it's going to show up on the chart everywhere. You're going to start recognizing setups that used to look random. I'm telling you. Now, here's the idea. Let me break it down. Let's say a stock go up and then it pull back, then it go up again, then it pull back again. But when it pull back, it's a smaller pullback. Every time it pull back, it's smaller. Okay, let me see if I can pull up a different image. I know this one might be, let's see something real quick. It's so blurry. It's so blurry. Y'all can't really see it. That picture is ass. I'm sorry, y'all. Excuse me. This picture is not good. So let me see something. I'll just delete that. And I'll explain. It's okay. This is going to have to do. All right? Hear me out. I can explain it. It's okay. Every time, oh my goodness, this Harley Davidson, my neighbor is so happy he got a Harley. But I promise you, all right, I can install 216s. We can have this. This is what you deal with when you're not a millionaire, billionaire yet. Okay, you're gonna have some neighbors that want to run next door to you and shit. Now, like I was saying before, I was roomly interrupted. You might see a stock go up, then it'll pull back, then it'll go up again, then it'll pull back again, but smaller, right? Then it go up again. Then it pull back even smaller. Each pullback is less intense than the one before. Start paying attention to that. Because the first pullback, it might be down 11% when it pulled back after it was going up. But the second time it pulled back, it'll be down 8%. The third time it pulled back, it'll be down 4%. Do y'all see the pattern? The stock is tightening like a spring. All you 80s babies and 70s babies, y'all know what a slinky look like. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Now, everybody else, just imagine a spring. Okay, you push it down, you compress it, you let it go, it explode, right? This is like watching a wrestler trying to escape a submission, like a hold. First time that they try to get out, big struggle. Second time they try to get out, less struggle. The third time they barely moving. By the fourth time, I done put them to sleep. Okay, now if they get free, then they explode. That is VCP. But what is actually happening during a VCP? Remember, this is volatility contraction pattern. What is actually happening? The weak holders, okay, there's weak holders. Let's call them paper hands, right? The people with the paper hands, the people who bought out of fear or they bought trying to make a quick flip, they are getting shaken out of the trade. It can be Tibor. If you are a momentum trader, sometimes the setup won't happen every day. So nah, I'll take that back. Nah, you might not get a breakout like this every day. It depends on the time. You're looking at the pullbacks. Remember, each pullback, the volume dry up, then an explosive breakout happen. So again, this is Let me explain it. Now, every time the stock dip, the people who panic, they panic sell and they leave the stock, right? Because they see it dipping, they get scared, they get out. Now, what if you are left? What happens? Like, what are you left with at the bottom of that? You know what I'm saying? After all this tight consolidation, you got people with the strongest hands that's still holding this shit. And the people who believe in the stock are still holding through everything. Now, when supply, and when I say supply, I'm talking about the sellers. When they completely dry up, even a small amount of new buying is going to send the stock straight up. Do y'all hear me? That's the physics of it. Okay, now I'm telling, this is me bringing up Tesla. If y'all go back and look on y'all charts, look at Tesla between August through September 2025, you can see the pattern. You're gonna see 3 contractions. You're gonna see each one getting smaller. I'll bring it up. Why talk about it if I'm not gonna bring it up? I'll go ahead and bring it up. Give me a second, I'll pull it up. We want to see Tesla 2025. Yeah, here we go, right here. I just got to share my screen. All right, I'm pretty sure. Can y'all let me know? Can y'all confirm if y'all can see this Webull on my screen? Work with me, work with me. What kind of trading platform? Tibor says I see it. Okay, cool, cool, cool. This is Webull. Yeah, this is it. Okay. So like I was saying, like you see it went up, right? Let's just look here. The price went up and then it pulled back. Then it went up some more, but it pulled back, but it didn't pull back as much as it pulled back before. Then it went up again, creating a higher high, and it pulled back, but not as much as it did before, and not as much as it did before. And then it exploded to the upside, like I just told y'all. Do y'all understand? I mean, this is on a bigger time frame, but this can happen on any time frame, Lady J. But yeah, this is on a daily. This is a daily chart. Okay. But that's a big move though. If y'all can learn this concept, I'm telling you it will help you tremendously. Let me see. Where's TikTok at? I'm still learning how this works, y'all. Give me a second. There we go. There we go. All right. So yeah, y'all saw the pattern though. Can y'all confirm that y'all saw the pattern? Yes or no? Yes or no? Either way it go, y'all, there was 3 contractions. Like I said, each one smaller. The volume started to dry up at the base, okay? And then the volume came back in on the breakout. That was a textbook VCP that I just showed y'all, followed by a pivot point breakout, okay? I hope y'all learning. That was one pattern setup, basically setting up the other one. This is the system. Now, y'all saw the contractions on the Tesla chart. I'm glad y'all saw it, okay? That was VCP. That was VCP. Those 3 pullbacks getting smaller. That is it. Don't you feel smarter? Don't you feel smarter, y'all? I hope you do, right? I don't like hoping, but you know, congratulations if you understood that. If not, I want you to go on YouTube and rewatch it again until it clicks. That's right, Tibor. Now, let me see. Let me switch to relative strength. We're gonna talk about relative strength. Okay, this is concept number 3, and I need to start with a correction right here. because this trips up almost everybody that I bump into that I start to teach. When I say relative strength, I do not mean RSI. Okay. RSI is the relative strength index. That is an indicator. It is a momentum indicator that measures overbought and oversold conditions on a single stock. That's a completely different tool. All right. Relative strength, the kind that I'm talking about right now, measures how a stock is performing compared to the entire S&P 500. I'm going to say that again. Relative strength measures how a stock is performing compared to the entire S&P 500. And the S&P 500 is just a group of the 500 best companies in the United States, okay? Now, this answers one question. Relative strength answers one question. Is this stock doing better or worse than the overall market? Are we clear? Right? Look at the screen right now, y'all. Tap the screen if you enjoying the show, if you learning. Hit the follow button if you learning, okay? Join the community if you learning. Because where else is they teaching you like this? All right, so look, is the stock doing better or worse than the overall market? Look at the screen. I have ranked several stocks by their relative strength score. And I show them just to show y'all this. A score of 97 means that the stock is outperforming 97% of every other stock in the market. That is top 3%. That is a leader. Okay. Use this. Okay. Relative strength is like, it's like a draft board. I don't want to just get good players. Like, I do not just want good players. I want the ones who are top of the class right now, performing better than almost everybody under the same conditions. Thank you, Tibor. Thank you. Consider joining the premium if you enjoy it. So here's why this matters as a screening tool, y'all. When the whole market is down, and we have seen that happen recently, the strongest stocks either hold flat or they actually go up a shit ton, okay? Dell was doing exactly that. SPX was bleeding. Dell was forming a bottom and moving sideways at highs. You understand? So that is the market telling you who the leaders are. Those are the stocks that when the market turns around and run, these are the ones that run the hardest and the fastest. Lady J, yes. So my personal rule that I'm gonna share with y'all, I only trade stocks with the RS score in the top 10%. That means it got to be 90 or above. If a stock's RS is below 90, it does not even get on my watch list, y'all. I do not care how good the story sound. I do not care what somebody on social media said about it. If it is not leading the market, I'm not leading it with my money. Now, last year, that was a different story. I was investing in shit like Under Armour. Ask me why. Don't ask me. Matter of fact, don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. Green wave technology. Don't ask me why. What a fucking joke. Okay. GoPro, however, was not a joke. Everybody that got in with me on GoPro, congratulations. But I'm just letting you know, I learned a lot last year about my companies that I like. It's just because I like them don't even mean shit. I'm telling you. They gotta be doing better than the overall market. How long does the 90 have to stay up? Well, long enough. Tibor, that can vary. I don't have a cookie cutter answer for that, to be honest. But I just have you ever bought a stock because somebody hyped it up and it never moved, Tibor? No, longer than a week, I know that. Longer than a week. I don't want hype. I want this shit to be solid. So I'm just letting you know that's the cost of ignoring relative strength, Tibor. You're gonna end up in laggards. Stocks with good stories, but weak price action, man. Like, Ford was stuck at a price for a long ass time. But the market does not reward good stories, y'all. It rewards strong stocks, and strong stocks have relative strength. That is the filter. That is the gate. You got it now, okay? You got it. So we'll move forward, and I'm gonna give y'all Meta. And like I said, I ain't talking about Facebook when I say Meta. We are talking about multiple edge trading area. This is one that will tie everything together. This is what separates a good trade from a great trade. Okay. Concept 4, multiple edge trading area. Now, this is the concept. This is not rocket science, y'all. One edge is not enough. Do you understand? Say it with me. One edge is not enough. You don't have to type it in. Just know. Say it with me. Say it to yourself. One edge is not enough. I don't know if y'all watch boxing, but think about a boxing match. If you throw one punch, you might land that bit. You might land it. Pow! You might land it. But if you set up that jab, slip the counter, your feet in the right position, then you got the reach advantage. Oh yeah, now you throw that right hand, it's a completely different level of confidence. You're gonna knock somebody clean the fuck out. You feel me? Now, that is multiple advantages stacking at the same time. That is multiple edge trading area. Another word would be confluence. I'll type it in the comments. Okay? Confluence. I'm telling you, multiple edge trading area. Number one is edge. Edge number one would be the VCP pattern complete that I showed y'all. The base was formed, the contractions are in one place, the volume dry up. Edge number two would have been the pivot point being triggered. Clean breakout above the rest of a resistance on a higher volume average. The volume was higher than average. Let's put it that way. And then the third edge that I just showed y'all was relative strength. The shit is in the top 10%. This stock is a market leader. Edge number four, the whole sector is trending. The whole industry group got momentum. This is not just one stock. So when you see all four of those things at the same time, that is a meta moment. That is something, oh, this is too many areas of confluence. So many, multiple edges. I have an edge here. I have an edge there. You don't have multiple edges in a casino, ladies and gentlemen. You do not have an edge in the casino. You don't have an edge with the lottery, with the pick 3, the pick 4, Powerball, Mega Million. You ain't got no edge at bingo, grandma. You feel me? I'm telling you, this is also a risk management concept. Do y'all hear me? This is a risk management concept. And people miss this part. Like, if you have one edge, your win rate might be 50%, right? You might win 50% of your trades. You are basically flipping a coin, with some decoration on it. When you got 4 or 5 edges stacking at the same time, your probability will shift dramatically. That's why I'm telling you to learn what confluence means. I'm helping you out tremendously just by you looking that vocabulary word up. That's your homework tonight, is to become familiar with confluence. Okay, this way you are no longer gambling when you do this. You playing a high probability game with the systematic advantage. That's what I want to give y'all. This is what professionals do. It's not complicated. All right. Now, this the discipline, please. This the discipline part, because it's going to require you to drink the water. I can lead you to the water. You got to drink it. I know some of y'all thinking, what if I only got 3 or 4? My answer is wait. I'm waiting for the 4th. You gonna wait for the 4th. Don't talk yourself into a trade. Like, don't tell yourself where 3 out of 4 is pretty good. I don't need a lot of confluences, right? I don't need multiple edges. No, 3 out of 4 might work. Or it might be that one time that the edge is missing. That one edge that's missing is the one that would have saved you from a loss. Okay? The system only work, y'all, if y'all respect the full system. Options Chick, it's okay, because guess what? I repost every single one of these on YouTube. Like, if y'all ever missed the show, the replay will be right there on YouTube like an hour after I go live. I'm downloading it from TikTok. Thank you, TikTok, for allowing me to do that, right? Shout out to TikTok for allowing me to download the whole live stream and just repost it on YouTube for everybody who missed it. All right, so yeah, if you don't talk yourself into a trade, it's only going to work if you really respect the whole system, right? Now, I'm going to give you another real example. AAOI, February 20th, 2026. I wish Passion was here. Shout out to Passion. Because she called me and was like, brother, thank you for putting me up on how to find good stocks, and you helped me, and bloop, bloop, blop, bloop, bloop. She found AAOI with me. We was together. She found it. Boom. We also told it, the whole community, this is what we doing. This ain't financial advice. We just noticing there's too much shit popping off with AAOI right at the moment, and we ate good off this company, right? So again, I got to show you every concept that we talked about today living on a single chart. AAOI, Applied Optoelectronics, in February. This was a real trade. Go look at it. A matter of fact, I got to show y'all since I'm bringing it up. I got to show y'all. Hold on. Let me share my screen again. Okay, let me turn this off. There we go. All right. And I said I was going to show y'all AAOI. February this year. So I only need like a 3-month chart. Let's take this extended time off. Let me get a daily. Look at it now. Here we go. Look at this. Each pullback smaller than the last, making higher highs. And then here in February, yes, I mean literally. And matter of fact, I should show you. I will show you. How about that? Let's pull up Discord. Let's open a new window and I'm gonna pull up Discord. And I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all how early we was with talking about AAOI. We were so early, okay? Here we go. Now we want to find one for February 2026. But here we go. We was selling it when it was $41 in October. October we was in it. Did y'all get in? After it fluctuates and declines, the rebound momentum is greater, indicating that the upward trend will not change. Huh? There's the momentum trade. If for people who wonders how I figure it out, there it is. I just gave it to you in a whole show. You just got to go back and watch it. But yes, we have been talking about it for a while now. Okay. We're talking about some other ones too. MP, AAOI, Sedge. These are all the ones that we kind of ate off of. Some of them didn't do too well. BBAI, INTZ, and then AAOI, it didn't go straight up right away. The consolidation was dreadful. The consolidation was dreadful. This is from the summertime to about, okay, so from the summertime to about the beginning of this year, it was trading at a damn near a $30 level, between $20 or $30 before it shot up. It is now $150 a share. I didn't know it was going to keep going up that much. I'm not going to lie. I got out. I wasn't in it for the long term. Okay? I wasn't in it for the long term. I bought in low and I got out high because I had quite a bit in it. I wasn't in it for the long term. But hey, some of my clients still are. Where we at? I want to show y'all what this company does. Applied Optoelectronics is a developer and manufacturer of advanced optical and hybrid fiber coaxial networking products that are the building blocks for artificial intelligence data centers, cable TV broadband, and broadband fiber access networks around the world. The company supplies this critical infrastructure to tier 1 customers across cloud computing, CATV broadband, telecom, and fiber to the home markets. It designs and manufactures a range of, it manufactures a range of optical communications products at varying levels of integration, from components, subassemblies, and modules to complete turnkey equipment. In the CATV market, it supplies a broad array of products, including lasers, transmitters, transceivers, and turnkey equipment. It supplies optical transceivers that plug into switches and servers within the data center and allow these network devices to send and receive data over fiber optic cables. In the telecom market, it supplies lasers and laser subassemblies. Okay, Applied Optoelectronics. You can find everything out you want to find about a company. Just do a little research, y'all. You feel me? We just got to do a little bit of research. Okay. All right. So let me pull this back up. Y'all can see my screen still. T-Bor, you can see my screen, brother. We need to do the right way to research. Yes. So, okay, cool. So, number one, VCP pattern, y'all. Each rally was higher than the last. Each pullback was smaller than the one before. Again, volume started drying up at the base, which is exactly the way it's supposed to do. That is the squeeze. Number two, when AAOI broke out in February this year, it opened higher and the volume surged. That is the pivot point triggering with confirmation. It's textbook. It's easy as ABC. 1, 2, 3, face ahead. Number three, relative strength ranks in the 97th percentile. Remember, that's meaning that this shit it's doing better than the whole stock market, basically. Top 3% of every stock in the market. This was the leader, not a follower. And number four, the breakout on that day also cleared significant resistance from 2018. I'm talking about big consolidation on this stock right here. It was going sideways for a while. So that is an 8-year base. An 8-year base means the energy that was coiled up for 8 years just released in one move. This type of thing happens, y'all, damn near every day. Sorry, I don't see the chart. I see AA. Oh no, for sure, T-Bor. That's on purpose. I don't got the chart up no more. I just wanted to get up. I don't want to stay on there for too long. I just wanted you to know the longer the base, the stronger the break. The longer the base, the stronger the break. You can go pull it up, T-Bor. Go look at AAOI and back in February. On what chart do you use? You know, Webull don't pay me to tell y'all to use Webull, but I just like the company, okay? They need to sponsor me. I didn't apply for, to be an affiliate. I didn't send so many people to Webull. They need to. All right. Now, where are y'all watching it from? Do y'all use TradingView? What do y'all use? What moves have y'all caught like this before? Did y'all buy Palantir when it was low, AMD when it was low? Have y'all ever seen a stock explode before and it was just down for a while and then it just took off out of nowhere? It didn't happen out of nowhere, I'm telling you. Like, whether you caught it or not, it's not the point. The point is, next time a setup like this appears, you're going to know what you're looking at. You're going to have the vocabulary, you're going to have the checklist, and you're going to have the discipline to either take the trade correctly or wait because the setup ain't there. Like, that's the goal. We're not chasing shit. If you chasing something, it's running from you, right? We don't chase money. We don't chase wealth. We attract it like magnets, all right? Now, we're going to recognize and execute with precision. You got to have the power of execution, ladies and gentlemen. Wait, what? With Vanessa. So if you making money on stocks, why you doing a Discord? Well, because I can help people. First of all, I can help people. Nobody was there to help me. Wait, what? With Vanessa? Nobody would help me. Matter of fact, they wanted an arm and a fucking leg just to help me. I was able to stop working in September, okay? And that was when I realized, okay, I got time on my hands and I can really help other people. I wouldn't give out this shit for free if I didn't have the time to. I would be working at a 9 to 5 right now at 6:33 p.m. I would still be a union worker on the side of the fucking road doing traffic control flagging. Or trying to do government contracting. I still do that, but it is what it is. But that's a crazy question though, Vanessa. Vanessa don't want y'all to get this shit. Vanessa said I shouldn't be giving y'all shit since I'm making money on stocks. Fuck a Discord, fuck helping other people. I guess I kind of feel like that's what you saying, Vanessa. And also, it's free. They don't have to pay me to join that Discord. They want the premium, then there is a premium side, but that's 25 funky ass dollars a month, Vanessa. Okay? Yes, I called it funky ass dollars a month. You know what I do with that? With that 25? It allows me to help other people. That's right. So don't think I'm spending that 25 the way I would like to spend it. If I had it my way, okay, I'd be somewhere in South America right now. and there will be a robot doing all this shit for me, and it's really coming up there. We coming up on that. I'm finna train a robot to do this shit for me as soon as I can. Don't trip. It's gonna be a robot here you're gonna be talking to. So, well, where you at, Vanessa? There's thousands of people making Discords, and it makes me wonder why. Well, Vanessa, it make me wonder why you ain't made one yet. You know what I be wondering? Why you ain't made one yet? Your shit should be called Wait What with Vanessa, where everybody come in there and y'all just can, teach each other how to question every fucking thing. You feel me? And it'll be a community full of like-minded individuals who will join because they all question everything. It's not nothing bad, and you can charge whatever the hell you want to charge because they support you. All right, your supporters will support you. You got to attract wealth into your life, Vanessa, and don't question nobody else and how they attract wealth in their life. I will. I just wanted to give Vanessa the attention that she wanted, but now I'm gonna put her ass on mute. Vanessa, you got to be on mute because you tripping. You in the back of the class. You in suspension. You on ISS suspension, and I'm gonna call the administrator on you, Vanessa. I'm calling your mama and tell her how you was acting up in my classroom today. Now, again, I'm gonna go over to the next screen. We know since we all know about having multiple edges in the market. I think I went over that enough. I'm gonna take a quick detour since I got rudely interrupted. I want to take a detour before I close because, again, this is another concept that I see a lot of people, a lot of investors are confused with this. I need some moderators, options chick. You feel me? I need moderators. They're not in here right now. They usually know I go live at nighttime. But anyways, this ties into what some people call overvalued stocks. All right, we're going to talk about Walmart for a second. Anybody own Walmart? I know y'all all shop at Walmart. So if you are a consumer at Walmart, it would only make sense for you to be invested in this company too, I think. Okay, you might not like them. I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works in your world, but Wally World, okay. I have Walmart MasterCard, says Tibor. Okay, well, I'm just wondering, are there any Walmart shareholders in the chat? It ain't many people in the chat today, but I still wanted to know. Walmart in 2002 was the largest company on the planet by revenue. It was more money flowing through that company than any other business in the world. Okay, and at that point, someone looked at the stock and said, this shit is overvalued. At that point, somebody looked at Walmart and said, this is too expensive and it cannot go higher. And they would have been wrong for the next 2 decades because Walmart trades close to 60 times its earnings. This is what we call price to earnings ratio. P/E. Okay. P/E is price to earnings ratio. It means that the market is willing to pay $60 for every $1 that the company earns in a year. A PE ratio is like buying a golden goose. A cheap goose might lay eggs, but if everybody know this goose cannot be replaced, they're going to pay a premium just to own it. Okay? Y'all with me? So is Walmart overvalued? Maybe if you use an old school traditional math, but the market is saying something different. If you pay attention, it's saying this business is irreplaceable. Don't believe me? Go look at the Walmart chart. Hit 5 years, hit max. Go look at Walmart. Just go look at it for me. That's your homework. Go open the chart, pull up Walmart and say, well, damn, 2002, it was this price. Look at it now. All right. So when somebody tell you that a stock is too expensive, all right, ask them one question. Because they do that now. Get them up out of here. Yeah. So when somebody tell you a stock is too expensive, ask them, is this business replaceable? Because if it's not replaceable, the premium might actually be justified for a long time. Remember that. A lot of people send you off the wrong way. You can't go off what everybody say, including me. Do your research. I'm also talk about ASTS. Shout out to one of my followers. Her name is, I can't believe it, JB. Yeah, JBZ. JB put me on ASTS. Shit, I mean, way early when wasn't nobody even thinking about it. Like, yeah, man, she was like, hey, you might want to go check out this rocket ship company, man. Like, what are you talking about? I'm going to look it up. I go do some research. Let me tell you something clean. Like, this is ASTS, AST Space Mobile. All right, this is also another textbook example of what a healthy uptrend actually looks like. It ain't complicated. You don't need no indicators. It's just the price doing exactly what it's supposed to do when an institution is accumulating a position. So look at the structure on the screen again. It was getting higher and high. It was making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Every time the stock pulled back, it holds above the previous low. I'll pull it up on the chart real quick. Hold on, I know. I'll pull it up on the chart. Hold on. ASTS. There we go. Yeah. You see it? Higher highs, higher lows. It went up, came down, went up, came down, went up, came down, went up. Every time it went up higher than it was before. Straight up a hill. Okay? Yeah, somebody, Tibor said it moved $3 today. But do you get the gist of what I'm saying? Do y'all get the gist of what I'm saying? Is it making sense? That was an uptrend, ladies and gentlemen. This is not how you feel. You're not guessing. I don't have to guess whether it's in an uptrend or not. A structural pattern that tells you that the buyers are in control. Tibor says that this understanding can make millions. Yes, Tibor, it can if you execute the information, because knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. All right. I want y'all to think about climbing stairs, right? Each step that you take is higher than the last step. You never step backwards below the previous stair. This is what higher highs and higher lows look like on a chart, like a flight of stairs going upwards. That's an uptrend. A flight of stairs going downwards. That's a downtrend. Are y'all with me? Put a W in the chat if you understand. Right? If you new here, hit the follow button. If you learning right now, hit the follow button. If you in the Chicago area, the Midwest area, we will be doing a live seminar in the Chicago area real soon. If you interested in being there and you want to join the wait list, inbox me your name and number. Okay. Now, this is where it gets interesting. ASTS just announced a $21 billion deal. Meta and Anthropic both involved in this deal. I'm talking about multi-year satellite broadband infrastructure contract type of shit, right? This is a massive catalyst. This is a massive mover. This is going to move this situation. But here's what I want y'all to understand and understand, right? The chart was already set up before the news even dropped. This goes back into multiple edges again. The traders who was in position, though, those are the ones who was in position already. When that news came out, they made real money. This is why you got to stay ready so you don't got to get ready. The people who chased after the announcement, they paid a high-ass premium for somebody else's position. Do you understand what I'm telling you? So y'all got to, some of y'all was probably watching ASTS before the deal. Did you have it on your radar? Have y'all heard of it before? The news didn't create the opportunity. It just revealed it. All right. The setup was already there. The news just accelerated it. Our duty as investors or traders, right, is to be in position before the crowd shows up, right? Before the crowd shows up. All right. Now, SPY had its best week since April 2025. We're going to talk about the overall market because where the market goes, a lot of stocks going to follow, right? So look at SPY. If y'all want to go on your own phones or your own desktops or your laptop or whatever, you can look at SPY weekly chart. The S&P 500 had its best week since April 2025. That's real. This is significant because I don't want y'all to get too excited. I'm gonna show you exactly why. Well, I'm gonna show you what that bounce came off of, right? I'm gonna show you what that bounce came off of. So you see this curved blue line that's on the screen, right? This represents VWAP. That is called anchored VWAP or VWAP. VWAP stands for volume weighted average price. You could think of this as like the market's true fair value line. It's going to factor in not just price, but how much volume was actually traded at that level. Okay, you got a lot of big institutions that use VWAP. This is an indicator. They use VWAP constantly. Well, when the price dips down to VWAP, when the price touches the VWAP and it bounces, that tells you that the big money is defending that level, that price level. They saying this is the fair value that we are buying here. This is what it's worth. If it get here, we buying. It pays you to know this level. VWAP is like a store's fair price tag. If the stock drop below that, it's on sale. When institutions recognize the sale, they step in and that creates the bounce. Now you don't got to be confused about the bounce. So SPY hit the April lows, which was the VWAP, and it bounced hard. It up 3.5% on the week. But this is what I'm watching for before I call this a confirmed reversal. Can SPY hold above the VWAP on the next pullback? Because one strong week don't mean that, hey, it don't make it a trend. It does not make a trend. The confirmation comes when the price pulls back instead of breaking below. It finds support and it bounces again. Do y'all hear me? That is the pattern that gives us confidence to be aggressive in individual stocks. That's what makes it a grade A situation instead of a grade C or a D. All right. Chris Holmgreen, yes, I can. I can do that, on a separate live stream, maybe in a personal level, right? But I got somewhere to go. Do you think SPY's in recovery mode? Is this a dead cat bounce? What do y'all think? Do y'all think SPY's in recovery mode? Are we going back to 700 or are we going back down? I got you, Chris Holmgreen. Please inbox me. I got you. I don't mind charting Palantir for you, but I got somewhere to go. Akeem, what's happening? Meta. Now, I'd already talked about Walmart. See how my show all mixed up. Meta. Now, I'm going to show you what institutional money moving look like in real time on a 1 minute chart. If y'all can go there on your phones or whatnot, you will see it too. But this is Meta Platforms the same day the ASTS deal got announced. Look at the chart. For almost 30 minutes, the stock was going sideways, consolidating. Then the news dropped, and in under 20 minutes, Meta moved $30, just went straight up. What up, Monique? Long time no see. What's happening? I'm glad to see you. Now, the psychology lesson behind this, that flat zone before the news, that was not random. Okay, some people knew the deal was coming. They was already accumulating quietly, building a position without basically spiking the price up. The moment the news went public, the retail crowd rushed in, and the smart money that was already positioned, they started selling into that strength. And then the vertical green candle that's going straight up, that is them selling you. They selling it to you at the top. The spike is usually the exit for the people who got there first. It's not the entry. I'm not telling you don't trade the news. I'm saying respect it. Like if you're going to trade a news catalyst, wait for the initial spike to settle, let the stock consolidate, then look for a re-entry at a logical point. Yeah. So don't buy the first green candle after a $30 move. That's how you become somebody else exit liquidity. I'm telling you. All right, so anybody still confused? Anybody still confused? I don't want you to be somebody else exit liquidity. Like that's you seeing the market go up and you just jumping in at the end because you didn't pay attention. All right, now I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna go. Somebody asked me about Palantir. Are you still here? Who that was? Chris? Chris, you still here? He probably got the hell on because I ain't answer his question. He ain't even know I already had it built into the curriculum. It's all good, Chris. I'm pretty sure you still here. Look, this one is important now. This is something. My name is Cedric Tibor, Coach Price, but my name is Cedric. No K at the end, spelled with a C. All right. Now, I need to talk about this one again. Like I said, a lot of people who teach, so they're not going to address this directly, right? Palantir, PLTR. Look at the chart I'm showing y'all on the screen. The stock had been chopping around for about an hour. It was going sideways. Then around 10:30 in the morning, Trump posts on Truth Social, which is his little app. I guess that's his version of Facebook. He made his own little Facebook, but it's called Truth Social. And he posts on there, and he was praising Palantir's war fighting capabilities. Come on now, said capabilities. That's how I know it's almost time for me to get off the live stream. Do you think SPY is going 700? I do, Legendary, but not at the moment. I said we have to see. I really want to see confirmation. I want to see multiple edges. I want to see confluence, Legendary. Tibor says, Mr. Cedric, I have to get going. Tomorrow, I'll be to watch you for more minutes. No doubt, Tibor. You have a great day. You have a great day. Now, Trump got on there and said he liked Palantir. I felt like that was a signal, y'all. That felt a lot like a signal. Shout out Trump for making the market move. Yeah, 773, no doubt. Yeah, that's Eric. Okay, what's happening, Eric? Y'all go follow Eric too, one of the best future traders out there right now, man. Y'all go follow 773 Eric if you interested in learning how to trade futures. He got a proven system that works. So again, Trump said that, and then the market instantly moves vertical. I'm talking about straight up. It didn't take the stairs, it took the elevator up in seconds. All right. I said it felt like a signal, like a call out, and I stand on that. I stand by that observation. This is not a conspiracy, but as a market psychology note, that's what I'm gonna call it. I'm taking mental note of this. Whenever a president that's in the office publicly endorses a specific publicly traded company by the ticker symbol, this nigga said Palantir, and then the stock reacts immediately, you got to ask yourself, is this information or is this influence, right? And more importantly, how do I protect myself from being on the wrong side of it? I was in a put when that happened. Messed me up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Birdie. That's exactly what I'm saying. Precisely. So here's the lesson, and this applies to any political risk stock. Palantir Defense Contractors, because they are government contract. They basically get contracts from the government. They are defense contractors. Energy companies, pharmaceutical stocks that depend on FDA decisions. These stocks carry a layer of risk that pure chart analysts cannot predict. No matter how good your analysis is on this chart, you can't predict a tweet, a news conference, a policy change, and the stock is going to move in ways that have nothing to do with the technical setup. I'm telling you, your protection against this is position sizing. If you are in a stock that has political exposure, you need to size it smaller. You never go so heavy that one tweet is going to blow up your account, up or down, right? We ain't gambling. Have y'all, I know some of y'all have been caught in a political news spike. Some shit happened in the news, and that's what caused this shit to move up or down. Let me know. Have y'all ever experienced that, whether it went up or down because of something that happened in the news? I know some of y'all old timers was able to trade the 9/11 situation. I was in school. You know what I'm saying? Now, another one I'm gonna talk about. I don't know if Chris was the one who asked me about Palantir, but I don't even think he was able to hear me talk about it. But it's okay. We'll switch to CoreWeave. I think I seen somebody else talk about CoreWeave. Right. This will probably be the last chart that I break down before I close, ladies and gentlemen. CoreWeave. This one shows you a different kind of pattern. This one different than what we've been looking at for today. So this is not a VCP trade. This is a descending triangle, though. Right. Pay attention to the pattern. This is a chart pattern. You can study chart patterns, and I'm gonna put it this way: they historically do the same thing they have done in the past. You see a head and shoulders pattern, it ain't guaranteed that it's gonna do the same thing it did, but most of the time it do exactly what it does because it's psychological. I need you to understand the difference between the VCP that I taught you about earlier and a descending triangle. Okay. So the two trend lines that's forming a triangle, the upper line is descending, right? Every attempt to rally gets sold off at a lower price. Every time the price come up to the top of the line, it'll come down. Every time. It's treating this top line like a ceiling. The lower line is kind of flat. Okay. This is the level where the buyers keep stepping in and holding the price up. They holding the price up, right? So the flat line right here, the purple line, this is the point of control, the POC. The point of control, the price where the most volume has traded. It is a magnet. It is support. I'm looking at the POC. So a descending triangle is like a funnel. The stock is getting squeezed tighter and tighter. Eventually, it has to make a decision, y'all. It will break down through the floor or it will explode out the top. The direction of that break is going to tell you everything. Keem says, yeah, I called the bluff Wednesday, and by 7 calls on AMD, they pumped for 100%. Yeah, yo, congratulations, Akeem. Real talk. Real talk. Congratulations. So CoreWeave just broke above the upper descending trend line. The MACD is curling upward. The MACD is the moving average convergence divergence. And we'll go over indicators sometimes this weekend. If y'all don't know, we'll teach y'all some more indicators. But either way it go, I'm letting you know that the MACD curling upward tells you that the selling pressure is drying up and buyers are taking control. So the question is, does it hold? Does it pull back to that $80 point of control level and bounce? If it does, that's your confirmation. That's where, as a professional, I'm going to add to a position. But if it fails and drop back inside the triangle, because you got to have a plan B, plan C, you understand? You're going to respect that and you're going to wait. CoreWeave is an AI infrastructure company. They power GPU compute. And they are also backed by NVIDIA. In a world where AI is basically consuming more computing power every quarter, CoreWeave is going to be one of these plays that I tell y'all. I call them picks and shovels. Y'all know about the picks and shovels. Remember I told y'all during the gold rush, the people that was digging for gold, they wasn't the first ones to get rich. The ones who found gold was not the first people to get rich during the gold rush. It was the people selling picks and shovels. All right. Just think about that. CoreWeave is a picks and shovel play. You don't have to pick the winning AI company. You need to buy the infrastructure that they all need in order for them to run. Right? Think about it. Think about it. Let's make it make sense. All right, so Ironwork traders, we've been in it for close for 2 hours right now. I respect y'all time, so let me open this up. Is there any questions? Do y'all have any questions? Anything we covered today, whether it's about the pivot points or anything we didn't talk about, Jerome Powell, AAO, I don't care. Bring it on. This is the part where you get the direct access to me, right? What's up? Let me write y'all questions down too. I'll do a whole show on them if I have to. What's one thing y'all learned today that changed how you see the market if y'all don't got no question? If you missed the show, follow me on YouTube because I'm about to post a replay on there so you can get the same lesson everybody else got. This is going to be one of them public joints. All right, I'm going to bring this home. It's all good. We're going to bring this home. We cover 4 concepts that professional momentum traders use every single time they sit down at a chart. We cover pivot point. That's going to be your entry trigger. We cover VCP. All right, the setup that precedes explosive moves. We talked about relative strength. That's your filter for finding what stock is leading the market. And we talked about meta, not the company. I'm talking about multiple edge trading advantages type shit. You feel me? The overlapping of multiple advantages before you commit your money into anything. Could you speak a little on how one stock's movement in one direction makes another stock move in the opposite direction? Well, if they are related to each other, it depends on what the stocks are. You know, sometimes Birdie, it has absolutely nothing to do with each other. But when it does, it's for a reason. Like, how can I explain? let's say the technology. Okay, I give you one, Birdie. Money would be leaving one area and going to another. Those stocks could be in two different sectors. You know, people can be taking their money out of retail and putting it into technology. You know, there's many different reasons why a situation like that could happen. And like gold can go up and the stock market can go down because people can be taking their money out the stock market, putting it into gold. I keep seeing yesterday people say SPY was going up because USO was going down. Okay, Birdie, well, this is a good example. United States oil, USO, is directly tied to that Iran situation right now that we're dealing with. And oil is going up because of the war, right? The war in Iran is causing oil to go up and it's causing the stock market to go down because people are pulling their money out. You know, scary people. They pulling their money out and then they putting it into oil. Oil is expensive, and we kind of talked about that about 2 months ago. A month ago, we said we gonna buy oil in the short term for this war. I don't know if y'all remember or not, but the Ironwork traders that's been here, they know. Some of y'all knew. Hit the follow button though, so y'all don't miss another live stream. Hit the notification bell because TikTok like to do shit like let me go live, and you won't even know I'm live if you don't hit that notification bell. Yeah, but USO is tied to the war, and as soon as the war over, Birdie, if you ask me, I think USO will drop back down to about $70 to $80. I think when the war over, USO will go back down. It won't stay up that high. No, I don't think USO will stay up that high. And SPY won't be in the 600s for much long either. Because we was consolidating between let's say 670 and 690 for about 2 months. That's a long consolidation. We talking about an ETF that can go $40 in one day sometimes. And for the people who trade futures, yeah, I'm talking about MES or ES, E-mini S&P or micro NASDAQ. I know some of y'all trade NQ or MNQ, and they trade oil too. The people who trade futures, they'll tell you oil been going up and the other shit going down. Gold even went down more than more than normal. Like, it was just time to be hoarding gold like no other time, for real. I don't know what people thinking, but either way it go, what I want you to walk away with today, this is what I want y'all to take home with. If y'all don't remember nothing else, remember this. Trading is not a game of luck. If it's a game of discipline. Okay, the people who consistently make money in this market, they not smarter than you. They more patient. They disciplined. They wait for the right setup. They manage their risk. They execute when the moment is right, not when they feel like it. That's it. So if y'all want to go deeper, if you want to be in a community of traders who study this material every single week, we do live sessions together. We hold each other accountable. The Ironwork trading community, I got it on Discord. Just hit my link in the bio. That's where you need to be. We got traders at every level in there. We don't deal with people who treat this like a lottery ticket. And somebody in the comment section said, if you making money from trading, then why you need to do Discord? Who the fuck said I need to do Discord? I'm Coach Price. This is Ironwork Trading. Do not trade luck, trade systems. I'll see y'all in the next session. Get to work. Do y'all homework.